Nerds. I'm Parker.
And I'm Mike.
And welcome back to Theme Park Nerds. We have so much to talk about this week. Glad to be back with you. Mike.
We're done all that. Everybody remembers what Parker looks like, right? Like, because, I mean, he's kind of disappeared for a bit. And you know Parker? Everybody know Parker?
Past 2 weeks, I have moved. We're now in a new location here in the Midwest, also known as still in Indianapolis. I don't even know what else I've done in the past 2 weeks.
You've done nothing but just be a homebody and not be on camera. So
I've been on Twitter. I've been tweeting you guys up a storm, thanking you, all of you guys. We have so many new followers. We want to welcome them to the Theme Park Nerds family, and hopefully they stick with us through these next few episodes because they're gonna be rough.
They're going to be awesome. We have a lot of really cool stuff to talk about today. First and foremost, we were talking about Transformers, which just opened over at Universal Studios Orlando. It's open.
You know what else is open? Simpsons Miniland. They got a Moe's. They got a Krusty Burger. They got a Cletus's Fried Chicken. And they've got a new flat ride that's being installed as we speak. So that's something we can talk about.
And speaking of other flat rides that aren't open, Busch Gardens Tampa announced they're opening a really scary 9-degree demon drop, which is going to make us both poop our pants when we go on it. But it's going to be coming soon
going to poop their pants
to a Busch Gardens near you if you live in Tampa.
So let's start off with Transformers. This past week, they had their grand opening for the attraction. They had a lot of celebrities there, and by a lot, I mean I think they had 3. And
that's Steven Spielberg and probably Michael Bay. And
I didn't see any pictures of Michael Bay.
Okay, so that's Steven Spielberg. Really, and they had Megatron.
They had the guy that voiced Megatron, the guy that voiced Optimus Prime. So if you count them as celebrities, then yes, they were there.
They're more famous than us. But anyway, here's what I really enjoy about Transformers. And it's the thing that, both me and Parker have been to Orlando, have lived in Orlando for a while. And the thing that always made me kind of giggle was when Transformers opened in Hollywood, has everyone just kind of thought it was the second coming of the best attraction ever, and it's SpiderMan, only smaller.
SpiderMan, smaller building with an elevator that you can't even tell it's an elevator.
Yeah, which waste of opportunity. But anyway, smaller screens, tighter spaces because Hollywood doesn't have a lot of space, and they did it for the space that they had in Hollywood. They did an amazing job of cramming a very, large scale attraction into a very tiny space. Here's the thing. Universal Studios Florida has Spider-Man. Spider-Man is in one of the largest show buildings in all of theme parkdom. The building's freaking huge. And they just kind of, in 6 months, threw Transformers up, which the fact that they built it in 6 months is amazing. But it's really kind of funny to see all my Orlando friends just be like, it's Spider-Man 2. I'm like, yeah, we know. We built it on our coast because we didn't have Spider-Man. We couldn't fit Spider-Man in Hollywood. And now you just took it, which is fine. Have it. It's as many as rides you want. But you already got it. It's next door. It's called Spider-Man. And it's bigger and it's kind of better. And you already got it.
All I have to say about the Spider-Man thing is that I prefer Spider-Man over the Transformers. And if Spider-Man could revert back to musical rendition A before the redo.
When they took out the music riff from right before you hit Green Goblin, right before the trick or treat, smell my feet, that music where you're like just careening down that little tunnel thing was it stuck in my head every single time, and now it's just nothing. And
it's like random guitar riffs that made no sense, and it was awesome.
It was awesome, and
it was basically the ESPN Sports Center theme song with a weird whammy bar effect in the background.
It was good. It worked. And now the music, I love the new digital remastered, reanimated amazingness that is the new Amazing Adventure Spider-Man's Island Adventure. It looks beautiful. The new 3D is so good. The music is so horrible.
It's not so bad. Downgrade on the music.
It was so much more memorable as the way it was, but whatever. I guess you can't have everything. But you can't have two of the basically the same ride next door to each other. And you know what? It's Orlando. Most people aren't going to tell the difference.
This is where people get all kinds of uppity. Because you can have two of the same kind of attraction in the same park. You sure can. It'll work. but to an extent. You can have two flat ride Dumbo-esque rides in the same park because it's for little kids and it works. But when you're trying to like go all out and you're doing technological advances and you're making everything crazy and going big, don't put the same thing next door to each other.
Well, exactly, and you're right. Like Disney can put a freaking Dumbo spinner and retheme it to a carpet, to a Triceratops, to a rocket, whatever you want. And yes, it's the exact same ride, but nobody cares because the ride is so simple that it's like, well, sure, whatever. Transformers and Spider-Man are both multi-million-dollar, high-budget attractions that in themselves should be big draws to the park. To have two in the same location just seems like an odd choice. And I kind of never thought Transformers would come to Orlando because it's basically the poor man Spider-Man. But it's there, and it's a good ride. Like, it's a fun ride. It's fast-paced. It's action-packed. Beautiful animation. It's just not as good as Spider-Man. And that's saying a lot, because Spider-Man is freaking amazing. And if Spider-Man never would have been built, Transformers would be an amazing standalone attraction. But having it next door to Spider-Man makes it feel like kind of like the second-class version of a very good ride. The other thing that they're working on that actually does look pretty cool. It's by and large a minor retheme, but as more and more of the veil gets pulled back, it's looking awesome. Springfield over in Universal Studios Florida, they opened up Moe's Tavern. They opened up Kentucky Fried Panda,
Krusty Burger.
Krusty Burger.
Open. It's Cletus's Country Fried Chicken or something.
Whatever.
They didn't do the panda thing. I think the whole PETA thing.
I would love to eat a panda.
So they did the Cletus's.
I want to eat a panda so much.
I'm pretty sure Cletus's is not a thing even in the show, but
it's
whatever.
there, and it's a reason to sell chicken.
I think the retheme of it is great. It went from literally a food court next to the Animal Actor Studio, which is a big weird building with movie posters that like the newest movie posters were like the Nutty Professor 3, like that, whatever. Like, there was nothing any newer in that area. Now, don't get me wrong, with the meal deal pass, you can go in there and stuff your face all day. That was beautiful. But
I think you still can go with the meal deal and
meal
stuff
deal.
your face all day. Like, I think you can have as
Oh,
many Krusty Burgers as you can stuff down your throat if you buy a wristband. And that's amazing.
I'm fine with that. I will buy a wristband with the
Slap it on. Suit up.
But the Krusty Burger... The Krusty Burger, they did do sandwiches themed to the show. I couldn't tell you what they are off the top of my head. I know they had like Lisa's Tea House of Horrors, which is a play on words from the Halloween episodes, and I guess it's like a cafe kind of thing. It's like pre-made sandwiches and like teas and soda and different things like that. Then there's the chicken place, which they have pretty funny names. I remember laughing at one. I don't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but they were pretty funny names for the food. And then there's Moe's Tavern. They sell Duff beer, Duff Man, which is awesome. I love if they have
the Duff Man do meet and
bring
greets.
in Sideshow Ball
and
Krusty the Clown as characters. If they don't bring in Duff Man, I'm going to be a little disappointed.
I want Duff Man.
That's Duff Man here to bring you Duff. Like, it's just so
awesome.
Good. Oh man. And he always talks in third person to tell you what he was doing. Duff Man is gonna go pee! Like, it's so good. I love it. So, they sell Duff beer, which apparently is tasting very good. They have the Flaming Moes, which...
You need a Flaming Moe. What is a Flaming Moe?
Flaming Moe. But everyone calls it a Flaming Moe's. And it's not.
But what it goes into the Universal Studios Flaming Moe? That's what I haven't really seen.
Unfortunately, it's an unalcoholic, non-alcoholic drink that has a dry ice caplet placed in it to make it like steam up. I mean,
so
I'm using the word steam. It's really just
dry ice poof.
So it's not. There's no fire involved.
Lame.
And it's.
I want. It's
slightly.
That's.
But I still want it.
Yeah, I'll drink it, but
I want the one that catches on fire. I'm aware, but if this is what I'm going to get.
Can't always get.
It's better than them building Moe's and being like, oh yeah, that's not a thing.
But then the one part that's still not open yet is their little flat ride with the aliens, Kranos and Krog and the green dudes. That looks like it's going to be a fun
green aliens. Yeah. Kudos and
it's a little flat ride. It'll be fun. Be fun.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna go right out in front of the Simpsons ride queue.
It'll make it so
just
there's
a basic
even
little
less
flat
viewing
ride.
space to see
Go look out
whatever
the lagoon,
nighttime
which
show
would be
they're doing.
nice. You think they're gonna do shading over the queue?
It'll be limited.
Like
Like we'll have a
Cedar Fair
little
style?
we'll have something. It won't be much, but mostly it'll
Yeah,
just be
I mean, it's
another place you can't watch the nighttime show from.
So this is gonna be like the third kiddie ride at Universal Studios
Woo!
Florida.
Good
Because you have the Woody
job,
Woodpecker,
Henry!
the Woody Woodpecker ride, E.T., and this. Busch Gardens in Tampa is going to open a brand new drop tower ride next year called Falcon's Fury. What's going to happen is you're going to go. How tall is this tower ride?
Like
How
4
tall is
million
this tower
feet.
ride?
It's like thousands and
4,000
thousands of
million feet tall.
It's basically going to hit
You're
the
gonna
edge of
touch the
space
space station.
and just drop you down into Earth orbit. I don't
Yes.
know. It's
You're
like
gonna literally
it's tall.
break the atmosphere coming back in.
Not literally.
We should
because-
probably have looked this up before we start talking about it.
No, let's not. Let's just run with it.
Basically,
I don't
the
care
idea-
how tall it is. It's just too
This is
tall,
what's wrong with
and
the
I'm gonna
other
poop.
coaster podcasts and videos. They know facts. We're going off memory.
We're going off
Especially.
anecdotal, just randomness. It's tall.
It's called science.
It's tall.
It's tall.
And it's gonna make you do
believe
this.
It's going to be the second tallest drop tower in the world. It's going to be one behind Lex Luthor Drop of Doom in Magic Mountain. It's going to be the second tallest. However, this one is going to come out. You're going to go up the tower, and you're going to lay down 90 degrees flat, and you're going to come down. I personally see quite a few things wrong with this. I see, one, there's already been a drop tower that dropped you. You went up, and then the seats went out about 35 degrees, and they dropped, and that sucker broke a lot. Now you're talking about bringing things up, drop them down at 90 degrees. So there's going to be something holding fat people up, not breaking these seats, and then dropping them at speeds of up to 60,
Up to a lot of
G's.
G's.
And then hitting some brakes, which is going to obviously put some force down on these seats.
It'll work for
They've
at
done the
least
science,
a few
they've
days.
done the math, they say they can do it, they say it's going to be safe. I guarantee you someone falls out of this thing in the first year it's open. Just saying. Someone falling out of it.
Yeah, probably. Not so much fallout as break free from their harness upon impact after said tourist who traveled from some Midwestern fat state got on there and yelled into the ride operator, I can fit. It'll clinch. See, look, you know what you're talking about. I drove all the way here from to go on this ride, and I'm not going to make my kid wait for me because you just won't click. Send it. Send it. And then he's going to come down and poof. And there'll be a crack on the cement, and then from there on out, everybody's like, how'd that crack on the cement get there? Well, there's this fat dude from Midwestern blah, 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 who we told him not to ride, but he went, it fits, and crack. And that's the end of my story. And that's the end.
It's so true. It's so perfect and it's so true. I can't believe. Oh.
Go to a theme park. Oh, wait, you can't because
I need
you're
to go
lame.
to a theme park. I am the co-host of a theme
Don't
park
go to
show
theme parks.
who hasn't gone to a theme park since August of last year.
And that's why you're sad on the inside. It's because you haven't been on a coaster on the outside.
It's true. I haven't been on a coaster in a while.
Sad. On that note, that wraps it up for this episode of Theme Park Nerds. We're going to end that on Parker's Sad. That's where we're going to end it. So, all those who are going to theme parks, have a great time. All those who are not, join Parker. He's sad. I'm Mike.
And I'm Parker.
Have a great day, nerds.